when a player's going through, and in the old days might be just put him down and take a card. Is that something you're very conscious of now, that it's a double penalty for any defender?
Yeah, I suppose it's not really playing in your mind too much, but yeah, maybe if you are caught one-on-one inside, it might be slightly at the back of your mind. We all saw, I suppose, the bit of controversy at the start of the year in that Tip Clare game. So yeah, it is something that, especially when you're playing in the full back line, you do kind of have to have at the back of your mind. So yeah, it was an interesting rule. I know some people agreed with it, some people didn't, but it's there now and we just kind of have to get on with it.
When you made the switch to full back, was there a lot of changes that you had to bring to your own game to fill that position?
Yeah, definitely. Like half back and full back, they are different positions. Obviously, half back you have a lot more freedom to get forward, whereas full back you kind of have to mind the house a bit more. Saying that, there's a good bit of overlap in the two positions as well. There's probably a bit of high ball fielding in both positions. You still have to be able to win your own ball. So yeah, look, there's some commonalities between positions, but there's definitely some things about getting used to as well.
The challenge Cork posed you in Thurles about 7 weeks ago, and the challenge Cork are going to pose in 2 weeks' time seems to be completely different.
I know, look, they're a serious team. We've had great battles with them the last few years. They're flying it at underage and the minor and the 20s, so we know the challenge that's in front of us. They've great players, nice mix of youth and experience there. So look, it's not going to be easy. We know that whoever comes out on top will definitely earn it.
I'd like to ask you, the Tipperary game, you come in just before half time, is it? What was your view of that opening for the half an hour of the watching?
Yeah, it was. Look, Tip were obviously flying it. They came out all guns blaring. It was a warm day. Tip just took their scores very well. The 2 goals, they finished off brilliantly. So yeah, coming in, I suppose I didn't have much time to think about coming in. I was told to warm up and I was on kind of straight away. So I suppose getting 5 minutes before half time is often nice to kind of ease yourself into the game. At half time, look, we always did have belief. I know not much other people outside of the team might have thought we would have come back, but as a team we do have great belief there. We said we'd go out and win quarter 3 first, and we came, that's exactly kind of what we did. Came out in that first quarter after half time and obviously played very, very well. And hurling is such the game can change so quickly. 7 or 8 points now is nothing in hurling, so we knew if we got back to doing what we do best, that we'd get back in the game quickly.
It's a huge performance for the team, but for yourself personally then, I mean, taking a lot out of that and then getting the nod for the semi-finals.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, I did. I suppose, yeah, during the league I had a couple of niggles with injuries and things like that, and I suppose the strength of the squad we have there at the minute, that once someone gets in and plays well, they keep the jersey, and that's the way it is. So yeah, getting in there and doing all right in the Munster final was obviously very pleasing from a personal point of view. But I suppose, yeah, back to the depth of the panel, we have such a great panel there. Our motto is always next man up, whether someone is injured or whatever the case is. There's someone there to take the jersey and fill in, and we always have great faith in whoever it is, from number 1 to 35 there, to whoever takes the jersey.
John spoke highly of Nicky after the game at the weekend. What's it like playing in front of him?
Yeah, Nicky's a super goalie. He has been, sure, for the last 9 or 10 years. He's just so calm behind you. He communicates so well, so there's never any issues. You can always rely on him to be there. He's just Mr. Consistency, really. So it's it was a seamless transition going back full back, playing in front of him.
Then you're obviously at an aerial view, so to speak, of the Cork game in the Munster Championship. I mean, when you get a chance to sit back and watch it, as opposed to maybe being on the edge of the square, you can see the movement they have and the lightning speed they have. Is there things you take from that, having been able to see a little bit of it from the sidelines?
Yeah, no, look, everyone knows the speed and pace there in the Cork team. They've probably got better week on week. In their last few games, they've been very serious. You saw even the subs they have coming in off the bench the last day. They have a great panel there. So look, we're under no illusions. We know what's in front of us. We just have to deal with whatever is thrown at us on the day.
Dan, I'd imagine all this success is a bit of a dream, but we do know that your brother must make it even more kind of special.
Yeah, it is. And I probably won't sit back and realise what we've won until the day we retire, whenever that is, and you sit back and appreciate the medals that you've won. I suppose it was growing up, I would have always went to All Ireland finals when I was young, and it would have been rare enough that Limerick would have been in them. So yeah, looking when we're in our third final now in 4 years, it is a bit surreal, especially to have their Tom with me as well. It is a special occasion for the family and for our club as well. So it's great.
I presume you would have been bossing him as a kid growing up.
Yeah, we would have played an awful lot out the back. Tom has a twin brother as well, so it kind of would have been the three of us would have played the two of them against me in small-sided games out the back. So I taught him everything he needs to know about hurling. But yeah, no, it is great to be playing with the brother. Yeah.
Is the twin on the scene club level?
He plays a bit with the club as well. Yeah. So yeah, I suppose growing up the three of us would have had great battles, and yeah, it is. Hurling clubs are all about families, really. So it's a super occasion. We'll have all the cousins and the aunts and uncles going to the games as well.
Build up then.
You got to lift the cup together with him last year, whatever. But it's an empty stadium. Is there almost like a feeling that you're delighted to be back and do it maybe with supporters again? I know it was a very echoey, hollow Croke Park last year.
Yeah, no, look, an All Ireland medal is an All Ireland medal. We still had like that feeling in the dressing room after the final last year was just unreal. Look, we didn't have the celebrations that we would have had in 2018 for obvious reasons, but it is great now to see supporters back. I remember watching the Euros there a few months ago in the soccer and seeing the crowds at those games just, I suppose, makes you jealous of those countries and saying you want that back here as well. So even the last day seeing the crowd back, and there'll be more again at the final, is great because it really does add to the atmosphere. Even that day below in Páirc Uí Chaoimh for the Munster final, it was only 6,000 or 7,000, but it felt like 2 or 3 times that amount. So look, it is great to get the crowd back, and